I don't think any success I have had is attributable to any one person, but of course our mothers play a big important role. And my mother asked me one question every day: what have you accomplished today? And she had rules like, if you don't make straight A's, you can't be a cheerleader, and I guess you have to work with what you have, because I wanted to be a cheerleader. And I think this strong sense of achievement and having to accomplish something was embedded in me. So I think it was driven, though, by her desire not to have me be in a spot that everyone else was in where I lived, and that was a huge area of domestic violence. And if I were truthful, I would say more than my mother was a lot of bad boyfriends, and I wanted to make sure that I could make my own decisions and that I could chart my own path. So I think there was a sense of independence in growing up where poverty was really strong, and seeing that didn't seem like the easiest life. But having someone continually tell you can do anything you want to do, even when you don't believe it, it's in your body somewhere. So when you get frightened, it shows up again. So when I look at the odds, I would hear that probably and hear her voice. You can do anything you want. And she also reminded me, Kelly, you're a woman. And that used to be a hindrance, right? And you're blonde, and you're a hick. Don't make your problems worse by being stupid. And her really demand that I perform in a certain way. So it really did give me two messages, one very uplifting and one very cautionary. I think courage and optimism really take care of two things that undermine a corporate success, and that is fear and negativity, and this idea or lack of belief in possibility. So when you think about courage, it allows us to do things that perhaps we wouldn't do. We're not afraid of failure. We take risk on people. So I think for me, this idea that the universe is unfolding exactly as it should, that all things can be handled and managed no matter what happens, that allows us to take risk, that allows me to hire new and different people, that allows me to bring in diversity, because I have a lot of optimism that things will work out well. And I think when you believe that, you can have a lot of courage and take steps that you wouldn't normally take. And also, I think the greatest courage a person could have is to be yourself in a world that's constantly trying to put you in a box and change you. And I think in my leadership, I've been able to open up a wider door to say, come on in and have the courage to be who you are and do your thing, and be able to value different gifts as well as I value, let's say, the pretty traditional gifts of a utility. So I think today we value marketing. So it doesn't seem like it has a relationship to courage, but it does, because utilities like to do and energy companies like to do what they've always done. So we've been able to step out, take risks, and it's meant a lot. It means a lot to my leadership to say, come on guys, we can do it. If anybody's done it, we can do it. What is the worst that can happen? And it will all work out, and really believe that in your heart. What I loved about the CEO award from Platts is that it said to the world, Jamaica can do big things. And really the activities they were noticing me for were really work that we did together as a team. So I really thought it meant that despite our size, that we can accomplish great things. I think it really said something about leading outside the box and having some courage. I think one of the things that I was most proud of was that my team did not tell me that they were nominating me, and that my team, the whole JPS, was also nominated as a finalist. So for us, it gave us a sense of pride together as a team. It gave us a deep appreciation for what we were doing in the world as JPS. And I think it sent a message to all my team, like, we can play with the big dogs. There's no better out there than we are, and that let's do big things. Let's not think small. I think sometimes when you operate in a smaller market, you think very short term. And we wanted to say, no, man, we're thinking both short and long term. We can do big things. We don't have to settle. And you can see on my wall, I have a sign that says more. And there was a book recently written called Settle for More. And I think that really, the recognition from that award set us even on a faster path to doing more and being more. And so we're very happy with that. Well, the biggest problem we face in Jamaica, obviously, is socioeconomic. The average GDP here isn't strong, and what does that mean? It makes it hard to maintain our system, because we don't want energy bills to go up that dramatically. Today, if I had all the money, I would want to redesign our system. I want to add a number of different features, but weren't able to do that when I saw Hurricane Sandy and, for instance, New Jersey asking for over, well, I think they asked for $4 billion US. You know, that would not be possible in Jamaica. We would have to measure it. And every time I go to my regulator, I have many projects, all of them, which are very needed. They're not nice to do. And we have to pick and choose. We cannot do the work we want to do. The other thing is our reliance on a particular kind of fuel type. And what that means is our fuel prices change every month. So that means the utility prices, your energy prices change every month, and that's hard to manage. In other markets, you can get a 3-year contract for a stable price, and that volatility is very hard. In Jamaica, we have a night peak, and that makes it very hard because the resource we have today isn't available at night, it's available during the day. So we don't have a corresponding day peak. So it's a big challenge to say, how do we be energy secure, but have to rely on foreign sources of energy to fuel Jamaica. So it's a lot of that. It is the idea that we are really limited by the economics, that we don't have the ability to offer a certain price to our customers, and we can't do the work we need to do in a number of areas, streetlights, for instance. And another one is because of the economics, is theft. A lot of our customers are stealing. It's very unsafe, and it puts a burden not only on the utility but on paying customers. So that's a problem, especially the extent of it that I haven't seen. But all things come down to economics, and it's sort of a circle, right? We don't have enough money to do the work we need to do for reliable, secure, affordable energy, and so then we don't have the money we don't have the economic growth. So it's a cycle. So I think a lot of Caribbean countries deal with that. And it isn't unique just to Jamaica, but it is different than what I've experienced in my lifetime. JPS has a number of innovative projects, and I still come back to the idea that we've hired a lot of different kind of people, both young, women, from outside the industry, from airlines, from name it, sporting goods stores. And those projects will get done because of that diversity. We now are working on projects related to fuel diversity. We've brought the first terminal into Jamaica in under a year. We converted our power plant, and it really was seamless. We have brought onto our grid 160 megawatts out of a 400 men load of renewables. We're working on that. We're working on storage so that can really be optimized, those renewable resources. In our grid, we have already started our smart grid and smart home. We have a portion of Kingston that is completed. We'll have, we hope, the first smart city in the Caribbean. We're excited about that. We have a number of self-healing features on our grid. In the customer space, we have a lot of innovative projects related to a smart app, our prepaid meters, a lot of functionality around technology. We're going to continue to focus on mobile money, anything that takes the cost out of energy. And if you think about all the costs, meter reading, we've outsourced our meter reading for ultimately not having a physical meter read. From paper bills, we're taking out paper bills. We're looking at the process piece by piece to determine how do we eliminate waste. So we have a lot of projects that we've completed. We have a lot more that's on the board. Well, I think our ability to attract talent is going to depend on many things. The first one is our why. Why do we exist? At JPS, we are serious about our vision, leading an energy revolution for the growth and prosperity of Jamaica. And I think my team feels very strong about the why behind that. We're just not having an energy revolution for our shareholders, which we do, and we know and we respect. It's for this growth and prosperity of Jamaica. So this new group of workers that I see want to have meaning in their lives, and they want to know what they're working for. What are they spending all their time at doing? Can they be proud of it? And I think we have to tell them that, remind them that we, this industry, form the basis of wealth and health in the world. And that's a fascinating career, and it's a wonderful career. We have to open up our own minds to say, come on and be with us, but give them some room to actually move. New workers don't want to come and just sit here. They want to do some work. They want to feel meaningful. And so we need to take some risk on them and give them power. At JPS, 58% of our workers are 35 and below, but they didn't come here just to sit around. They want real power, and we have to give it to them. We have to take risks. So have meaning, give them something to do, and don't have one kind of employee. Nobody wants to come to an industry that looks very one-dimensional. They want to come and say, can I see myself there? So build diversity, diversity of thought, diversity of age, diversity in gender, diversity in the way we look and act. And I think that's really going to attract people and look cool and be cool. You know what, you market to the world, not just for the product you're selling, but to employees. Make sure that when you see your own employee out there, your own story, make sure it can appeal to a lot of different people. I've been in this business for over 25 years, and there's greater evolution now than there has ever been. The utility industry has to grapple with the idea that customers will rule. They do rule, and they will rule. They want what they want, and we have to find a way to give it to them, quite simply. And two, we have to have a level of intimacy that we perhaps haven't had. We have to get closer and closer, whether it's through technology or through human interaction, but they have to feel like we have their backs, and we have to deal with the trust crisis that we're seeing. And definitely, we're hearing that our customers don't believe we care about them, they don't believe we speak the truth, and sometimes they don't think we're competent. So we really will have to work on that to let the business model evolve in the way that I see it evolving, meaning that the utility stands in the midst of a lot of the energy players. We call ours the energy family. And our energy family has IPPs. Our energy family has both renewable and traditional. Our energy family has people who are working our smart home and selling our smart home. Our energy family has people working on our apps. And our energy family has our lenders. We consider them part of the energy family. Many days we are just orchestrating events, and really we are at the center, but we're not the whole piece of the pie. And I think we have to get comfortable with that. So as the model evolves from the traditional one big generating unit going one direction to the customers to a multi-directional self-healing grid, we have to have new and different skills, attracting talent, marketing, creating alignment about a vision, being visionary, taking risks. All of those will be a part of who we are, so we can look at this new business model that has many and varied players, that is a part of a customer demanding industry, and one that really sets a new framework for technology and what it can do in our industry.